listeners, the RF and Microwave Update. I'm Pat Hindle, and I'm here with the co-host Gary Lerude. In this episode, we're covering our February high-frequency circuits, components, and boards issue. And I think the cover story covers a subject that's going to be growing in the future, and that's 3D integration and packaging.
Yeah.
So we have some experts from CEA Ledi, which is out of France, and they talk about their integration technique for 3D, and they are using millimeter wave combination of vertical stacking for antennas and circuits. So they stack mixed technologies, and they're able to achieve really high performance at the high frequencies. So it'd be really interesting to follow this technology as it goes along.
Right. As integration is, of course, more and more important, different techniques, not only on chip, but off chip, are getting increasingly looked at.
Yeah, definitely. So what else did we have for technical features?
So we have a variety of features in the issue. A couple that are kind of market related. Earl Lum of Earl Lum Wireless Research does an update on the infrastructure market. Basically, we're all waiting for China to come back.
Yeah,
and
that would be nice.
That would be nice. And then Thomas Cameron of Analog Devices has a perspective on 5G and what it means for the microwave industry. We have the second part of our anechoic chamber design article from MI Technologies. And then we have two design articles, one from China Southeast University on a high-efficiency inverse class F amplifier with harmonic impedance control, and then from the Chungbuk National University and the Korea Aerospace Research Institute, an article on a simplified feed prime focus reflector antenna. So quite a variety there from market to design.
Yes, definitely. Then turning to the news, of course, more mergers and acquisitions as that continues in the consolidation area. Form Factor announced that they're acquiring Cascade Microtech, so that's kind of expand them into the high frequency space, because we're all familiar with Cascade.
Right.
And then also XG Technology announced they're acquiring IMT, so lots of mergers, big and small, going on in the industry.
Yeah, the Cascade one is interesting in particular because I remember when they started back in the 80s, and one of the pioneers in the industry doing the first on-wafer testing for RF, and now they're no longer an independent company.
Yep, no more. What else did you see in the news?
So a little bit different than the mergers and acquisitions, I saw there were three interesting semiconductor news items, which I'll kind of run through quickly. Fujitsu published a paper on a W-band power amplifier, W-band being 75 to 110 gigahertz, where they got about 1.15 watts of power. And the GaN HEMT device that they were using had a power density of 3.6 watts per millimeter at 86 gigahertz. And that is quite a bit higher power than other published results. HRL announced that they had demonstrated the first GaN CMOS device, where they integrate an enhancement mode GaN NMOS device with a PMOS device on a single wafer. People are saying, you know, watch out for silicon, better watch out, but I think it'll be a little while before GaN overtakes CMOS.
Yeah, this was kind of a proof of concept in the high power switching market. It should make its way into the RF market eventually, but it'll be a while.
Exactly. And then the third one, IMEC and Vrije Universiteit Brussels published a paper at the ISSCC conference recently on a 60 gigahertz transceiver with a 4-channel beamforming that they're developing for WiGig and point-to-point links for some of the small cell applications. So I thought it was interesting. Within the span of a few weeks, we have three pretty interesting semiconductor results.
Yeah, most of them at the higher frequency millimeter wave range.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, I also had a lot going on with Keysight Technologies recently. They announced their ADS 2016 release, which added new products for RFICs, modules, PCBs, and laminates, and extended a lot of other functionality, so that's a big development. And in addition, they updated their entire X series of signal analyzers. They typically only update a couple, but they did the entire line. They all have multi-touch now, so it's not just touchscreen, it's also pinch and zoom. And they upgraded their top-of-the-line UXA model now goes to 44 or 50 gigahertz at the frequency range and has up to 1 gigahertz of integrated signal bandwidth. So that's a big step in technology there.
Yeah, that was very impressive, and we got to see a demo of one of those units.
They came to our office.
Yeah, that was interesting. Well, I guess one more item related to earnings. This is earnings season, and Qorvo recently reported their earnings for the quarter ending the end of December. They achieved $621 million, actually a decline of about 12% from the prior quarter, which was something of a surprise. The mobile business, because of some of the headwinds in that space, really dropped about 15%, and the infrastructure and defense business actually grew. They were up 1%, largely on the recovery in China. So the answer to Earl Lum's question is yes, China is coming back. So their outlook for the March quarter is basically fairly flat in terms of revenue, and that's not a surprise because this tends to be a soft quarter. So for them to be flat is probably good news.
Oh, good.
So we have some other news to report?
We do. Now I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce a special guest that we have this time. She joins us as a new addition to the Microwave Journal family. I'd like to introduce Janine Love. She is going to be the director of our events and also a contributing editor. So you'll be running both EDICon USA, EDICon China, and also contributing to Microwave Journal from time to time. So I was wondering if maybe you could share a little bit of your past experiences with us. And
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Most recently, I worked on DesignCon as the technical program director. So I was responsible for putting together the technical conference. Part of my fun is creating opportunities for engineers and technical people to learn new things and to network, whether that's in form of writing or in person, webinars, conferences, that kind of thing. So I'm really a big fan of creating opportunities for education.
And you hung out with Chiphead all the time.
Yes, Chiphead. Chiphead is an old friend.
Yeah. And so you even have a lot of experience back in the microwave industry also, right?
That's right, yeah. I started in this industry some years ago as an editor at Microwaves and RF magazine, so it's really nice to kind of be back in my favorite wheelhouse. And I also worked on the RF design line off of EE Times. So RF and microwave has always been a particular passion of mine, so I'm really happy to be involved.
Yeah, so it's going to be great to have you on board, someone who knows both the signal integrity aspects and also the microwave aspects, who can really bring together our shows that will cover both those subjects.
Yeah, I think we have some great opportunities with EDICon to reach out to the engineering community to provide really great opportunities for learning.
Excellent. Well, welcome aboard. We really look forward to having you.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
So I'm back here with Gary. What else did we have going on the event side?
Well, I'll just make a comment. It's great to have Janine on board. I'm
Absolutely,
looking forward with her experience to learning a lot from her, so it'll be fun.
And so what are you doing the rest of this month?
So Richard Mumford and I will be at Mobile World Congress in another week or so, and we're looking forward to that. There's certainly far more going on there than anybody can cover, but we hope to touch base with some of our key customers, our key clients, and also some of the movers in that market like Ericsson and other companies.
Yeah, that's definitely kind of the big show of the year for
Right.
mobile technology.
Right, so we'll have a report on that when Richard and I get back to the office. Anything else?
I think that about wraps it up.
All right, we'd like to thank you for watching this episode of Frequency Matters, and we want to thank our sponsor Mini Circuits for making it possible. You can find out about their products at minicircuits.com on the web. We also have a second sponsor for this episode that we'd like to thank, MACOM. MACOM has products in networks, in aerospace and defense, and in multiple markets, and you can find out about those at their website, macom.com. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you on the next episode.